What then? Is it,
We're running out of coal.
well, my brother over here says we're running out of coal. There is some of that, but there's also called the turn to more capital-intensive forms of coal production, also known as blowing up the mountains and scraping the coal out. Mountaintop removal. Okay? We're moving more and more away from having individual coal miners go down in the mountains, and instead we're using dynamite to blow the tops off the mountains and scrape the coal off and go on, destroying America's beauty and destroying coal jobs. That's not being done by environmentalists. That's being, the environmentalists are fighting that. That's being done by the coal industry itself. They'll blame us for the loss of jobs. But you'll have 80,000, you'll have 60, 70, 40,000 down to nothing on that side. Not because of environmentalists, because of the I would say, despicable practices now of big coal, which hurts the coal miners and coal country. But you could quintuple the number of solar workers in America. You could quintuple the number of wind workers in America. And you'd just be scratching the surface of tapping around Saudi Arabia of wind and solar energy in this country. Think about that. I tell our sisters and brothers who are risking their lives on those oil rigs out there and risking their lives in the coal mines, drilling those holes, trying to get the oil out, trying to get the coal out. I say, I respect your work. Thank you for your service to our country. But I want you to have a more diverse set of options, because America's future is not down those holes. America's future is not down those holes. If you want to see the future, look up. If you want to see the future, look up. Look at the sun. Look at the Saudi Arabia of solar power we have in this country. Look up. If you want to see the future. That's the future. Look up at the sky. Look at the clouds. Look at the wind energy that we have. You see, we have this incredible bounty of solar power, not just in the Sun Belt, but on rooftops across America. And everything that is good in the fight to have clean energy is a job. Solar panels are wonderful, but they don't put themselves up. Somebody's got to get up in the morning, put on a green hard hat, some work boots, and put that solar panel up. That's a job. We have this incredible abundance of wind energy in America. Not just in the plain states, but off our coast and up in the Great Lakes area, an incredible amount of wind energy. And the great thing about a wind platform, if you're down there in the Gulf where they had that oil spill, if you have a wind platform and it falls over, you don't have a massive wind slick that comes and messes up the whole economy, Never heard of a wind slick. There's a smarter way to do this, America. I've never heard of somebody in a solar farm having to call in the governor. Governor, we got a sun spill out here. Bring some mops. That's not how it works. There's a smarter way to power a country. And the thing about it is that if you move in that direction, you start building the wind turbines here. Because you create the demand for it. Congress tells our utility companies they need to start using more homegrown energy, which Congress could do tomorrow. And they start buying some of these products, creating demand for some of these products. And then entrepreneurs jump in to meet that demand and start hiring people. Then you got our folks sitting here idle, here in southern Colorado, some in Indiana, Ohio, Michigan. They can start building those wind turbines and repowering America. And we get real good at it. We can put those wind turbines on barges and send them down the Mississippi River around the Great Lakes and help power up Africa clean, help power up Latin America clean, help Asia power up clean, and have American workers leading the world again. We used to do that by exporting cars. Now we can do it by exporting wind turbines. There's a future out there. There's nothing wrong with America's workers. Sick and tired of hearing these beloved sisters and brothers in church. On the radio, kicking our union workers around, kicking our organized labor. These lazy union guys, blah, 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 they don't deserve it, I need union, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wait, hold on a second. First of all, we're talking about our industrial workers. These people make cars, okay? We got more degrees in here than our thermostat. You can't make a car. So, let's respect our workers, okay? I mean, it's easy to have this kind of arrogance. Well, come on. I mean, we could go and well, they have machines to make the car. Yeah, let's meet you and go in one of those factories with all the machines. We'd be in there and we'd come out with one hubcap. I mean, come on. We have some of the most highly skilled workers in the world, in the history of the world, right here in the United States, sitting idle. That's it. They can't find work. But is all the work done? No, it's not. And so, I encourage you to push past all these excuses for not doing anything that would give you a livable planet and a functioning economy. Now everybody in America is not going to have a green job, but just like when we had the auto industry working, everybody wasn't working for a Ford Motor Company. But when you have a part of the economy that's cooking, then you have all the rest of the economy that can benefit. And we can do that with wind and solar and other jobs. Let me knock down a couple of myths and lies against this idea, and then I'll close and we can get some questions and answers going. But this makes perfectly good sense to me. I think this is a genius idea. I like this idea so much I wrote a book about it. And I think it's a genius book. What could possibly be wrong with this idea? Well, you have to have a bunch of subsidies. This isn't a good economic. You got to have a bunch of subsidies. This is just government subsidized sorts of types of things, which is bad. And, this one always stumps me a little bit because I think, well, there's passion against subsidies. Well, renewable energy right now is 1% of our energy supply. And yes, there are some subsidies, frankly, relatively modest ones, that come in and out of existence every 12 to 14, sometimes 24 months. Very hard actually to make our deals work on the renewable energy side because you never know when the tax breaks are going to go away. But yes, there are some subsidies. But if you're concerned about subsidies in the energy sector, might I call your attention to a few? How about, since we're concerned about subsidies, how about not our little tiny little solar subsidies that we have flipping in now in existence on 1% of our energy system? How about the $20 billion worth of subsidies that we give to the always broke, so needy, brand new, not yet established oil companies? The oil companies? Exxon, which is now the most profitable company in the history of the world. Exxon. BP, my favorite company.